My friends acted sleazy at the gym, not knowing they were hitting on my girl. Not only did my friends do the unthinkable to women in a public space, they acted proud of it. For context, I usually went to the gym alone because I liked having my own pace and following my own training schedule. But after months of asking, I finally agreed to join my friends at their gym for a few sessions. When I first arrived at their gym, my friends greeted me enthusiastically, expressing how glad they were to finally have me join them. I shook my head and joked, "Y'all are just gonna distract me." One of my friends replied, "Of course, that's what we do. Gotta show some love up in here." I shook my head, telling them that they were playing around too much. I didn't realize at the time that they really meant what they said. So we started our workouts separately, partnering up to have spotters for the heavy weights. In the middle of one of my reps, I noticed out of the corner of my eye that my friend Miles had been drooling over a woman in an all-black tracksuit that had been performing squats nearby. Miles pulled out his phone, just enough for the camera to peek out, and took videos of the woman without her knowledge. I stopped my exercise and looked around the gym, spotting other men doing the same, but for other women. I couldn't believe what I was seeing, and I hoped that I was wrong. After the first hour at the gym, my friends and I all took a break and headed over to the men's locker room to drink down our energy drinks. Miles called me over and said, "Look at this treasure I got today." He unlocked his phone screen and pulled up the gallery on his phone, scrolling through and bragging how he got the best videos of women working out. Before I could say anything, two of my other friends whipped out their phone to show me other women and playfully commented, "Don't have any of that at your gym, huh? That's why you gotta stick with us." I laughed it off and said, "Yeah, I see it, man." He slipped his arm over my shoulder and dragged me towards the sauna room to continue the inappropriate conversation. My friends sat around comparing the women they saw and talking about which ones they would date or which ones had obvious red flags. It was actually deeply disturbing, and I stayed quiet most of the time, joining in to laugh and nothing else. When I got home from the gym, I opened up about it to my girlfriend, who ended up getting really angry at me for not saying anything. I told her, "But they're my friend. I can't do my brothers like that and kill the joy in the room." She crossed her arms and said, "Well, what if it was about me?" I pulled her into a hug and reassured her, saying, "Of course things would be different. I will always protect you." She shook her head and said, "Oh, we'll see." The second time I hung out with my friends at their gym, my girlfriend stopped by, pretending not to know me. She went about her exercise, minding her own business. I instantly felt worried for her and kept my eye on her. Not even a few minutes passed before my friend Miles snuck his phone out to record my girlfriend during her workout. I immediately stopped what I was doing and walked over to punch Miles square in the jaw. I pushed him onto the floor, yelling at him to stop talking pictures and videos of girls at the gym. The other women in the room approached us, yelling at Miles to leave the gym and never return. He fought back, saying they had no proof. I snatched his phone and called up the management, handing it over for inspection. I called out a few of my other friends who were silently guilty, and the management forced them to delete everything one by one before completely banning them from the gym. My girlfriend, who had watched the entire thing play out, told me she was proud that I stood up to my friends. I told her honestly, I only really did it for her, and probably wouldn't have for anyone else.